Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I'm freshly out of the shower, but today's video we're gonna be doing a CARAVAL review. I know, 8 years late, almost 9, but again, I've just started reading and these were recommended to me. But anyway, today we're gonna be doing, as you can see what I'm talking about, CARAVAL. I actually finished this almost a month ago, but I forgot to record, and then I had specific videos planned to film, so I'm just now getting to it. But yeah, it will be spoilers, so if you haven't read it, then click off this video, and if you remember, come back when you're done. But given that it was published 8 years ago, I'm assuming that y'all have read it. But yeah, let's get into it. So before we start, if you don't know what this book is about, it's basically, in a nutshell, like these two sisters, Scarlett and Tella, they have a really abusive father, and they're just trying to get out of their home, and they live on this dark island, and their whole dream is to kind of go to this carnival type event called CARAVAL. And basically the story is about how, they go there, and basically her sister, Scarlett's sister Tella, is kidnapped, and she's the main subject of the game. So Scarlett has to, find all these clues to find her sister, and time's running out. And that's basically what the book is about. I do want to say that this book, if you've watched my other book reviews, this book was actually way easier to read than the Throne of Glass series. I really did appreciate the no bad language in this book, and how easily it is to read, and what's her name? Stephanie Garber's writing style is kind of similar to mine, the book I'm writing. So it was really easy to understand and read, and I understood it more. Not that I don't understand Throne of Glass and stuff, but this was way easy to read. I love her writing style, and I'm hoping that it continues in the other two books. And yes, I know I finished it almost a month ago, but I'm only a few chapters in the second one, so yeah. The main characters, Scarlett and Tella, I love them. I feel like they have just such a great relationship, like siblings. They represent it so well. Scarlett's kind of she's more shy, and she's the type of person who when she has goals, she sticks to those goals. And Tella, on the other hand, she's you only live once type of person. She is risk taker. And I really like the contrast between them two. I really like how caring they are for one another. I think that is a really sweet element that is in this book, because this book, one of the topics is their sisterhood, and how close and loyal they are to each other. And I really, really do like this, because I mean, it's great representation for siblings. I know I don't, but it is a really sweet relationship, and I just love it so much. And their character development, Tella isn't in this book much, and I know the second book is in her point of view, but Tella isn't in this book much other than the end of beginning. And she's mentioned in the middle, but she's not shown at all. But Scarlett's character development in this book was amazing, and I'll get into that in a second. But she became a new person. She changed for the better, and I really liked her character arc and development in this book. It was amazing. My thoughts on the actual plot of this book, I thought it was interesting at some times. At sometimes, you know, it's kind of, I will say this book kind of is a slow burn. You know, it does have action in it, like active scenes, but like nothing too crazy, you know. I mean, you can still read it. It's very readable, but I would like, it's kind of slow burn. It's kind of dark. If you really look deeper into it, you know, like how like death and like time and I'll get to that in a second as well. But the plot is amazing, but I do feel that me personally, it does go kind of slow. I did rate this book. I think I rated it a 3.5 on Goodreads. Not saying it's a bad book at all. This is a great book. I really enjoyed it, but it's not my favorite that I've read so far. But again, I still love it. One of the people who like really angered me through this book, which probably would anger a lot of you, is their actual father. Because again, their father is the only reason that they like wanted to go to CARAVAL, other than just because it was like a magical once in a lifetime experience type of place. Like they needed an escape so bad. Like their father was horrible. And I know throughout the book Scarlett talked about how he became like that when their mother disappeared or died. I don't know yet. Don't spoil me in the comments, but I don't know yet. But he became like that when their mother left them. Their father is just so horrible to them. Like one thing he'll do is like, okay, say if Scarlett did something bad, Tella would get punished. If Tella did something bad, Scarlett would get punished. And like that is ridiculous. Like, and that's not even like the only thing, but like their father is a really, really unlikable character, and I'm glad that at the end of the story, I'm hoping, hopefully nothing changes in the next books, but they got away from him, and that they are safe now from his actions. I also really thought that the concept of time in this book was really interesting, because, one, in CARAVAL, the participants and like watchers, they sleep during the day. And I liked that time was also incorporated because it, again, with being slow burn, it also was fast paced. Like it would go from slow burn, fast, like you'd skim through it, and then slow burning in, and then fast. But that was because like the whole story revolved, or like a race against the clock basically. And I feel like the way she incorporated time into the writing and story, the whole book, it really fit. And I think she did a great job with it. Again, along with time being interesting, I also thought that the concept of death was also very interesting in this book, because like if somebody dies in CARAVAL, they die, but they come back to life after the games are over. Like they don't really die, but they do. They just come back to life. And I do think like it also, like there's no consequence to death in this book. And I feel like again, just not even just time of death, like her writing, it gives a lot of like subjects that you wouldn't really think too much on depth, and I really do like that. So those are two things I thought were interesting. Now we're gonna get into Julian, the one of the love interests. I think he's an interesting character, and he also had a great character arc and development, and surprisingly, like his character had a lot of plot twists during this book, and I feel like he's such a deep character along with everyone else, that like the ending of the book, when we find out that he was an act in CARAVAL like every other actor, like, and that legend was really his brother. He died in this book too, and that was also interesting because for me it was unexpected, and like I kind of felt it was an emotional scene, but like Julian's character is like just really interesting to me because like there's so many plot points to it that you can't really connect them all at once, if you get what I'm saying. Like, he's just a really interesting character, and I feel like also his romance with Scarlett was very sweet. You did see it coming. You did see it coming. I didn't see it coming at first because at the beginning he was like he was hooking up with Tella, and then but like you did start to see that it was gonna happen, and it was him and Scarlett are like, I really think they are a great couple, and they're one of my biggest ships in the books I've read so far, which has only been 2 series. But that's okay. The tunnel scene where Scarlett's father actually knows that they're on the island that Caraval is at, and he comes there with the man that Scarlett is arranged to marry. And that scene was just so interesting because that's when, you know, Scarlett actually snaps, and like her character kind of like pivots into like, I'm standing my ground. Kind of. The end kind of contradicts that, but like she was standing up for her man, and like that's when you could really tell for me in that scene that it was serious. And also when Scarlett had given up 2 days of her life, that's when you could see that Julian alone cared for her as much as he did, and like when he gave her a day of his life for her only to be dead for 1. And I thought that was interesting as well, because their relationship, I feel like it was a good growth. I feel like it was a solid length. Like everything went accordingly, like how I like it. So I thought though it was good. There's not much else to this book. It is shorter than the other ones I've read. So that was actually it for this review. It's already 15 minutes when I'm recording, but that just flew by. Overall, I did really like the book. Again, I gave it a 3.5 or 4 on Goodreads, and overall, I am excited to finish the second and third, and I'm very interested for the second one to be in Tella's point of view, and, you know, all that. So, if you guys like this short little review, give it a like down below, and subscribe for more videos from me, and bye, I love you.